Our GMC Sierra tweet of the night comes from our insider of the Post-Gazette, Mr. Jerry Dulac. He said the Steelers had 189 yards and 13 first downs in the first half, but just 62 yards and 3 first downs in the second. Drastic difference there between first half and second half. And maybe Denver made some adjustments, but the Steelers got away from what they were doing. And you can't go 0 for 7 on third down, excuse me, as they did in the second half. That's not winning football in the second half. And again, against better teams, they're going to have to score a lot more points, no doubt. All right, it's 412-575-2600. Let's go to the lines. Busy tonight. Nick in Monaca is first up. Hey, Nick, what's up?
Again, against better
Pardon
teams,
me.
they're going to have to score a lot more points, no doubt.
Nick, don't listen to your TV.
All right, let's go to the lines. Busy tonight.
All right, let's go to David in Washington. David, how are you?
Good. How are you, Bob?
All right, what's up?
Listen, great that the Steelers won, but this is where I want to go tonight. I have my eye on Green Bay, and when the Steelers had the chance to draft Malik Willis, I've been intrigued with him for I don't know how long now. So here's my question to you. You can't get too excited over one good game. I get that. But if Jordan Love comes back, if you're the Steelers, given the offense so far, do you try to get Malik Willis in a trade and have him as your backup? Because I think he's a diamond in the rough.
I would, if that's the case, then David, he's a late bloomer because he was terrible down there in Tennessee, and they got rid of him because they didn't like him. So here he is, just he did what he had to do today. He looked good, but no, that door has been shut at least for now. I don't see anything like that. Let's go to Larry in Lincoln Place. Hey, Larry, how are you?
I would, if that's the case, then David, he's a late bloomer because he was.
Larry, listen, all you guys who called, please do not have the TV on, or at least shut it down volume-wise, and then just talk to us on the phone. Otherwise, it's not going to get on. Let's go to, is it Dre or Dree in Pittsburgh? What's up?
What's up, Bob?
How are you doing, Dre?
Oh, good. I have a few topics.
Okay.
Just like hell to Pitt. I'm happy that they're winning. I hope they don't take Youngstown lightly. Also, the officiating, watching Pitt's game and the Steelers. I mean, at some point, please just let these guys play. I mean, call the necessary penalties, but let these guys play. I'm also wondering what the Steelers, why won't they play Broderick Jones on the left side, being as though he was drafted to be a left tackle?
He was, but he hasn't been playing all that well. At the end of the year, he kind of went backwards at right tackle. And then so far this year, he hasn't been able to do much over there. He looks somewhat confused at times, fundamentally not as sound as you would like him to be. And I think we saw those 3 penalties. He was benched, and Troy Fautano came in and did much better after that. And with Dan Moore, staving off these guys, he's playing at a better level right now than Broderick Jones, and he has to get it together. And again, he's a younger player still, not much college experience, so I do expect him to get better as this goes on. And I thought it was very good for him today to address the media. A lot of guys would have run from that, after being benched, 3 penalties on 1 drive. Hey, he addressed it. He talked about it. And he has a lot of maturing to do as an NFL player, but I think in time that will take care of itself. But right now he is a little bit struggling, and they need him to be better than that, certainly. Tom in Mount Washington joins us right now. What's up, Tom? How are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, what I'm calling about is I don't blame Justin Fields on this game today. I blame it on the offensive line. They weren't opening the line enough so the runners can get through. That was number one. And then the receivers seemed like they were never opening. So, even if it was Wilson was the quarterback, he couldn't do anything even better, the way I feel. I think Fields did a great day today.
The only thing I'll say, Tom, is in the second half, I would like to have seen more of what we saw a little bit at the first half, running, using his legs to his advantage, bootleg plays, rollouts. He seems to be more effective there than sitting in the pocket. And you're right. There are a lot of guys aren't getting over it. He tends sometimes to be zeroed in on George Pickens. The offensive line in the first half opened up more holes. In the second half, not so much. But again, there's some younger guys in there, and I'm willing to, give them the benefit of the doubt for now. They're 2-0. It's like I said, could be worse based on how some of these offensive plays have gone. You can't win by scoring 1 touchdown in 2 games. It's just you're not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. The defense keeps it close, but at some point you got to make sure that you're going to be able to keep up with teams like Kansas City. I'll mention New Orleans. And I never thought I'd be mentioning them, but they scored 44 points today on Dallas, at Dallas. Last week they had 47 points. That's 91 points in their first 2 games. That's what I'm saying. At some point, you got to score a lot of points, and we'll see if they do that. And a little conservative for me in the second half, but again, they got the job done. They were kind of nursing this. The problem with nursing games in the NFL, you allow that other team to be in it. And strange things have happened at the ends of games, if we have seen. Nick is in Monaca. Now I think he turned his TV down. Hey, Nick, how are you?
In the NFL, you allow that other
Maybe
team
not.
to be in at the end of games that we have seen.
Nick, you're 0 for 2, Nick. I'm going to give you one more mulligan if you want to try it. Let's go out to Larry in Lincoln Place. Larry?
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is Larry from Lincoln Place. I was calling about the defense here. There was 4 or 5 passes, like, up the middle. I'm just wondering, is there a problem with the pass coverage up the middle?
Well, I mean, the only one that really stood out to me was the razzle-dazzle play. Then Bo Nix hit Josh Reynolds. That was, kind of a wildcat turned into a quarterback lined up to the right as a receiver. He gets the ball. I didn't see any problems there, to be honest with you. That play alone accounted for a lot of yardage. After that, I think the Steelers did a very good job, actually. They confused Bo Nix. He shows some tendencies to be pretty good. He's young. He'll get better. He may be the guy they need in the long run, but for right now, he's still a rookie. He's in his second game, and I think the Steelers made him look like a second-year quarterback. Jim on the south side joins us right now on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
All right, what's up?
I have a problem with Arthur Smith having our quarterback standing there waiting for the pass rush when he is a young, mobile quarterback. Design plays to get him out of the pocket, move the pocket, take advantage of his skill set.
I tend to agree with that, especially in the second half. We didn't see much of that at all. And you don't do it all the time, but you do it enough to keep that other defense honest. And I think in second half, he threw a lot from the pocket. He's more of a rollout guy, finding guys on the run. He has a great arm. I mean, you saw that last week with that dart at the end of the first half across the field to George Pickens. You saw it on the 51-yarder that was called back today. He can throw it. Accuracy has been a problem for him, but so far he hasn't thrown the ball in any, precarious situation. So I think, anytime you have an opportunity to use his legs to help his arm, I would do it. So I tend to agree with what you're saying. Again, a steady diet of it, too much, not going to work. But if you do it here and there, it does work. Steve in Cranberry is next. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Bob. Sorry.
Steve, you're on. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bob. How you doing?
Good, Steve. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I just like to hear what you think about Justin Fields getting more opportunities to sling it down the field. He seems like he's got a good arm. He's got a good range. I never seen a guy throw a ball like that since Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, he does have a good arm. There's no question about it. And if he can be accurate with it, I would like to see more of that as well. But I don't think the arm strength is a question at all. I think Kenny Pickett had some issues with that, although he would every now and then find someone down the field. But there's no doubt he can. And Russell Wilson is a guy who has that big, long, rainbow kind of a ball flight down the field as well when he's in there. I think an interesting question is how long Justin Fields goes on. We talked about this a little bit earlier tonight with Chris Hoke, and if he keeps winning and he's not a glaring problem and keeps the mistake to a minimum, I think Mike Tomlin's going to keep riding him, and why not? He showed that last year when he stuck with Mason Rudolph, which ended up leading to unhappiness on the part of Kenny Pickett. So I would stick with what works. If they keep winning, I would expect more from this offense, of course. If that doesn't happen, I may reconsider everything. They got to score more points. George joins us right now, Monongahela. Hey, George.
Yeah, hi. Just want to say, changing the subject here, it was Roberto Clemente Day out of PNC, and the Pirates did win.
Yeah, and the guy who played right field, Billy Cook, looked like Clemente, sort of. You know what I mean? He made some real good plays out there, and that kid shows me that he has awareness, he has speed, he doesn't take anything off. He scored from first base on a single by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And when you see hustle like that, I mean, the third base coach now normally would never send a runner on a single to left center field if you're at first base, but he kept running, and he forced the issue, and he beat the throw home. Then he gunned down Tommy Pham at home plate on a beautiful throw, a one-hopper to Yasmani Grandal. So Billy Cook was a big part of Roberto Clemente Day. He wore number 21, and certainly number 21 was probably looking down saying, that's the kind of right field I'd like to see play. We got to take a break. 412-575-2600. Be sure to join us tonight. We're going to be on a little around midnight shortly thereafter with the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown live with Jeff Hathorn, Chris Adamski, and me. Hope you join us after the late news for that one. More calls on the way next right here on KDKA+.